Abana, Lekothim, heed my prayer. Sabeo, Samael, you who fell with Lucifer, draw near and be not afraid. Spirit of Lilith, rise up from the deep. May the 9 dark angels come to this man's aid, for he is sorely troubled and would seek your help. Spirits of darkness, appear before me now.
Are they near? Are they coming?
Very near. I hear the beating of their wings. Are you resolved to go on?
Yes.
Take this.
What must I do?
Say after me, angels of Lucifer, dark angels.
Angels of Lucifer, dark angels.
Know by this sign that I give my body and my soul to the service of your master.
Know by this sign that I give my body and my soul to the service of your master.
And renounce Christ forever!
No!
They'll tear you to pieces.
I can't.
Cast it into the flames!
No! 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 No, 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 no!
Sephiroth! Unbar the gates!
Oh, Lord,
Let them forth!
from evil.
Let them forth!
Oh,
It is
Christ,
too late!
deliver us
They're
from
here!
evil.
Good day to you.
Yes?
My name's Brown, Father Brown. I received a message.
From whom?
Mr. Augustus Aylmer.
Mr. Aylmer is not at all well.
Oh, that's maybe why he wants to see me.
I'll make inquiries. Will you please wait here?
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Aylmer will see you. We've had to put him down here for the moment. He's had rather a nasty fall.
Oh,
If you would care to leave your umbrella.
yeah. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, nurse. Mr. Augustus Aylmer?
Father Brown,
Yes, yes.
I hope you didn't mind my sending for you. You must forgive this makeshift bedroom. I can't manage those damn stairs.
Yes.
Do sit down.
Well.
I don't know who else to turn to.
Why me, particularly?
Well, you see, I was brought up a Catholic, and I still think of myself as one.
Yes. Do you go to church?
I've been in bad health since I came here to live. Climate of Essex doesn't suit me. You do understand, don't you?
Oh, yes, I think so. And now that you're in even poorer health, you wish to get back into the fold. Well, perhaps you'd better tell me what it is that's troubling you, Mr. Aylmer.
Well, I hardly know where to begin. Oh, I've done all the usual things, of course. I wasn't over scrupulous how I made my money. I was in the textile trade in Lancashire. I couldn't afford to be soft.
Sins of the flesh?
Oh, nothing much. I married late in life. The wife died when our third son was born.
You have 3 sons.
4. 3 of our own and 1 adopted. The circumstances of that were rather unusual. The lad was found wandering around the village and no one knew where he came from. About 5 years old he was, an intelligent youngster with a sort of gypsy look about him. Insisted his name was John Strake, but we could never trace his parents. The wife took pity on him and we brought him up with the others.
Yes, but surely at that age he should be able to tell you where he came from.
Oh, he told us right enough. Trouble was, 'twas something different each time. And not just us either. The village priest, the local constable, each of them was told an entirely convincing story about his real parentage. But 'twas never the same twice running. One day he'd be the son of wealthy parents who'd been drowned at sea. And the next he was the child of a gypsy fortune-teller. And once he scared the wits out of the wife by telling her his father was the devil.
The devil? Oh, dear, I say. A born novelist, in fact.
Even worse than that. A lad with a terrible genius for telling lies. Or so I thought at first. Now I sometimes wonder whether lies and truth aren't just 2 faces of the same reality. Is that possible, do you think?
No, I don't.
But you must
Truth
see...
comes from God, Mr. Aylmer. Lies from the devil.
Aye, but couldn't it be, though, that they're just 2 sides of the same coin?
What, God and the devil?
Aye.
And is this what he says, this adopted son of yours? What's his name?
John Strake.
Oh, yes. And does he also have a theory that eternity is like some enormous wheel with cycles of birth and death and reincarnation going round and round, and like a snake biting its own tail?
Aye, as a matter of fact, he does.
Yes. And he's an even bigger rascal than you think he is. People who think like that, Mr. Aylmer, are invariably bad hats.
I don't want you to get the idea that John is entirely evil.
Then why are you so afraid of him?
Well, you were quite right in thinking that I wanted to talk about my transgressions.
And so far, you talked about nothing but John Strake.
Well, the fact is, he's involved me in something that frightens me very much. I don't know how much you know about these things. You probably don't realize the desperate things a man will do when the doctors tell him he's dying.
It was the litany of the dark angels, I suppose.
Oh, how in
That
heaven's name?
that crucifix, Mr. Aylmer. It looks to me as if somebody's tried to burn it.
That was Strake. He told me he could conjure up demons, that I could have another year of life.
At a price, no doubt. Oh, I'm surprised at you, Mr. Aylmer. A businessman who can contemplate a bargain of that nature. Oh, this another year on this far from perfect world, as opposed to an eternity in hell? This Mr. John Strake must be a very persuasive salesman. Perhaps I can talk to him. I'd like to go through the small print with him.
You seem to take it very lightly, Father.
Well, that's because I'm not afraid, you see.
You mean of dying?
Of death, or at least of all. Oh, dear. Now, tell me, have you said anything about this to your other sons?
As long as he's here, Philip and Stephen won't come into the house. My youngest son, Arnold, lives abroad.
Yes, I see. Well, let's just suppose the doctors are right. Would it be impertinent of me to ask what arrangements you've made for the disposal of your property?
Strake persuaded me to make a will some months ago.
Leaving everything to him?
At the time, it seemed reasonable enough. My two eldest sons are successful businessmen. Philip's in the city and Stephen runs the factory. The youngest makes a good living out of buying and selling antique silver. They don't need my money.
And John Strake does.
He won't get it.
No.
After what happened last night, he'll not get a penny. I'm changing that will. I'm going to...
Get excited.
Oh.
Now, come here, man. Really. Here, now. Quietly. Yes, well, now we know that John Strake isn't going to get your money. We must see to it, mustn't we? That he doesn't get your soul.
You're sure it's not too late for that?
Oh, good heavens, no, it's never too late. And you haven't done anything very, very wicked, you know. Lots of people dabble in black magic of various kinds.
I only did it because I didn't want to die.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that's a better reason than most. You know, I once had a parishioner who tried to get the devil to help him with tips on the stock exchange. I can assure you, it wasn't half the fright. It wasn't worth half the fright he gave himself. No. You mustn't be afraid, Mr. Aylmer.
I am afraid of Strake.
Yes, he does sound rather alarming. But surely you must feel better now that you've got all that off your chest.
I feel so weak. I know he's trying to kill me.
Oh, then let's put him right out of our mind, shall we? You know, his magic isn't really very powerful. Look, the fire's hardly touched it. Et Spiritus Sancti. John Strake?
I hope I haven't disturbed you. I am Simon Vesti, Mr. Aylmer's lawyer.
I'm afraid he no longer has any need for you.
But how can you possibly say our father was in his right mind?
I didn't say that, Mr. Aylmer. But the law always presumes the testator knows what he's doing. Unless it's proved otherwise.
Look, I've talked to a lot of people in the village and they all say the same. John Strake had the old man completely under his thumb.
But that's not enough to prove insanity.
The house was full of books on black magic, alchemy, God knows what. Strake deliberately built up an atmosphere of mystery and fear in order to get father to do whatever he wanted. And it's quite obvious what that was.
Where is Strake now? Does anybody know?
What does that matter?
I was just wondering whether there was any possibility of doing a deal with him.
A deal with Strake? You must be mental. It wouldn't be worth the paper it was written on. That man is the biggest bloody liar the world has ever seen. Isn't that right, Philip? You should have heard the stories he used to spin when we were kids together. He'd lie his way out of anything.
He's probably in Monte Carlo or somewhere by now, laughing his head off.
And waiting for the lawyers to do his dirty work for him.
Well, I have to tell you, there's nothing the least eccentric or suspicious about this will. On the contrary, it's a model of how these things should be drawn up.
Strake would see to that.
Who witnessed it?
The postman and your father's nurse.
Well, she'd know what kind of a mental state he was in. Can't you find her?
I'll do my best, but the will was drawn up on the 12th of January, 1928. That's 4 months ago. He might have been all right then.
Are you trying to tell us, Mr. Vesti, that there is nothing you can do?
There's always something one can do. If we can't show your father was of unsound mind, we'll have a go at undue influence on the part of Strake. Yes, I think that might be more promising.
Morning, Mr. Aylmer.
Morning, Blacker. Now, what's all this about?
I thought I'd better tell you, sir, there's a bit of what you might call discontent.
Now, we've been through all that, and I've told you, without longer shifts, we might as well close down.
Oh, it's not that, sir. It's a safety aspect.
Now, look, You know damn well this factory has the finest safety record in the north. If you think you're asking for more wages, you have to come up with a better excuse than that.
It's that wire cage round the big engine.
What about it?
Well, it's not functioning properly. It's supposed to come down automatic like. One of the chaps nearly lost his finger yesterday.
You'll have to be more careful, won't he?
Oh, come and take a look at it, Mr. Aylmer. You can see it from the catwalk.
We haven't got unlimited funds, you know. Things are very tight just now.
It is true that the defendant, Mr. Strake, was the adopted son of the deceased. But there seems no reason why he should be favored above the others in the disposal of the estate, and still less reason why they should be entirely excluded from any benefit. The only possible conclusion, therefore, is that Mr. Strake profited by the absence of the brothers to bring undue influence to bear on his adoptive father. In particular, I was impressed by the evidence of the priest, the Reverend Mr. Brown, who was with Mr. Aylmer when he died and gave the court a very graphic description of his state of mind. I therefore give judgment for the plaintiffs and declare the will of January the 12th, 1928, null and void.
You're back early?
You're not playing with those damn cards again?
They always come out the same. It's frightening.
Why the hell don't you leave them alone?
Philip, I can't live out here in Essex. The whole thing is too ghastly.
Well, that's how it's been arranged. Stephen and Arnold get most of the money.
We get the house.
I don't see how I can possibly make it into a home with any kind of taste. It's a ghastly house. Oh, it's so different from the flat in London. All these gargoyles and Virginia Creeper.
The main thing is we've got it away from Strake. You're never satisfied, Daphne. It's a very fine old house. You always said the flat was too small.
At least it was in London. We don't know anyone out here in Essex.
Calm down, Daphne.
What am I going to do all day? Stuck out here in the middle of this ghastly marsh, surrounded by beastly cows?
Are you expecting someone?
Yes. That'll be Father Brown.
Do you mean the chap who gave evidence?
Yes.
Well, what's he doing here?
Well, I asked him to come.
What the hell for?
Now, Philip, you heard what he said in the court. That man Strake was trying to raise up devils.
You don't believe that?
Your father did.
Oh,